Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another Hero House Reviews. Today we're looking at the new Marvel Legends Deluxe Age of Apocalypse. Apocalypse, the big man himself, the dude who the event is named after. Now, Age of Apocalypse was a 90s crossover, if you're not familiar with it, where basically it was a what-if story if Professor Xavier had been killed by his time-traveling son Legion, and thus this allowed Apocalypse to rise pretty much unchallenged because the X-Men as we know them never formed. And it was a huge crossover in the 90s. It's great we're getting these figures. I was super psyched to get Apocalypse himself because I missed out on the Builder-figure of Apocalypse. And he's one of my favorite Marvel villains, not because of the comics, because Apocalypse is kind of a little bitch in the comics, but the 90s animated series Apocalypse, who is just one of the coolest villains ever to appear in a cartoon. I mean, the quotes from that guy are just insane. Unfortunately, like, this figure isn't that Apocalypse. I'd love to get that Apocalypse and, that color scheme and design. And this dude is an interesting figure in that he looks good from a distance. On a shelf, he pops, but when you get close, flaws start to appear. So we'll just take this skull away. This is his sort of accessory, and it's quite a good, well-detailed, well-done skull. The paintwork and the sculpting on it are really good. So that's a great little accessory. But an Apocalypse himself, big mama jama. So the face is done well. I like the grin, the sort of maniacal grin. He looks hench, he's big as Apocalypse should be. Shoulder pads and the cape they're alright. So he cuts an imposing figure, as I said. But then there's just so much blue that's not really broken up much by the red. And the paintwork on some of the red sections is very scratched. I'm not sure if it'll come up or if you can see there, but yeah, he's just got a lot of scratch to the paint. The gauntlets, the hands are very nicely done. I'll concede that point. They seem to be like supersized version of Colossus's hands, so they're cool. And then the red gauntlet bits. And then his weird neck choker, he's got like decent range of head movement. Like even with that thing on. So, I don't know. I really wanted to like him. I was so excited. But for some reason, he's just not blowing me away. Foot goes down that much. Comes up that much. Decent pivot. I'll give him that. Decent pivot. Double jointed knee. So, 90 degree? Yeah, 90 degree because he's hefty. Maybe a little bit more. And we got swivel in the shin. Yeah, we got a thin swivel. We have got a shin swivel, although more scraped paint there. We've then got a thigh swivel. Bit stiff, but that's alright. Waist swivel, diaphragm crunch, bicep swivel, very stiff though. Do we have a wrist swivel? No, yes, no, we do not have wrist swivel. Not wrist swivel, well, we've got wrist swivel there, I meant like forearm swivel. What is wrong with me today? Shoulder. Oh, also, again, very stiff, but 90 degrees, a little bit more. Don't want to force it too much. 90 degrees, but you're not hampered by these shoulder pads because they're sort of floating. So, yeah, decent articulation, I'll give him that. For a big boy, he moves well. It's just such a bland... Is it bland? Why don't I like this? The cape comes off. And then you have him... Does he look better without the cape? I think he might actually be one of those figures that's better sans cape. It sort of makes him look a bit more traditional Apocalypse. And more menacing. He does well without the cape. You don't need it. And in fact, I think I might display him without the cape. I'm going to need to think about this. He comes with an extra head and another punchy hand. So he's not bursting with accessories. You're paying for the sheer size of the dude. What do I think of this? I like it, but I'm not blown away. He could have come with some more accessories. Like, if he's a deluxe figure, he could have come with the grabby hand that, the Build-A-Fig came with, where it turns into the mechanical claw. But then again, this Apocalypse never showed that power as far as I'm aware. And, the Venom deluxe figure didn't come with any accessories, nor did the Red Hulk. Oh no, it came with extra hands. Yeah, he's decent bang for your buck. He's the linchpin of an Age of Apocalypse display. But he just doesn't have that wow factor yet. Maybe during the pictures something will change. For the moment, I'm going to give him 4 out of 5. Yeah, 4 out of 5 seems about right. Let's go from there. So a very decent figure. If you like it, you're going to love it, I imagine. He's just not wowing me to the stage where I'm willing to give him a 5 out of 5. Now let's dive into the pictures and wrap this up. One sec. Okay, so I worked out what was bothering me. It was the head sculpt. Apocalypse should not have a maniacal laugh, at least that's not how I envisage Apocalypse in my head. The much more severe, regal, this is a dude who has been around for thousands of years and he has seen some shit. This is the look for Apocalypse. That reserved face just makes him pop so much more, in my opinion. I wish he came with an angry face. Like, when you saw him fighting Nate Grey in those pictures, I think it would have been much better to have him, snarling. So I would have liked an extra head. I am going to bump him up to 4.5. He's still not perfect. He's still not making me as happy as I wish he had. This is maybe just him suffering from my high expectations. He is a solid figure. He's going to look great with your Age of Apocalypse display. But yeah, I just wish we'd gotten a snarling face. But definitely that reserved head makes him a much better figure, in my opinion. And he's going to dominate the shelf when he's on it with that face, I think. But yeah, pick him up if you're interested in Apocalypse. You're not going to regret it, and it's a good way to sort of get the Build-A-Figure, even if it's not, mainstream Apocalypse or the cartoon Apocalypse, who I'm really hoping we get down the line. And yeah, that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, we have plenty of reviews. We've got Hero House, figure fights, top 10s and ranking lists, and the Wreckers, all of which are a good time. I hope to see you again, and thanks for watching. All the best. Bye.